What if the absolute worst thing you are doing to your cat right now is something you consider pure love? What if your cat has been silently enduring your affection every single day? What if they are just counting down the seconds until you finally let them go? The uncomfortable truth is that 99% of cat owners are accidentally breaking their pet's trust. They do this every single day without even realizing it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, everything changes. The way you look at your cat will be transformed forever. Let us start with the most common mistake you probably make. This mistake is scooping your cat up into your arms every time you walk past them. To you, it is a warm embrace and a sudden burst of affection. You do it because you adore the creature you live with. To your cat, it is an unpredictable loss of control. This sudden movement triggers a subtle, invisible wave of survival anxiety. In the feline world, being lifted off the ground without warning is dangerous. It means losing your exit route and your safety in an instant. That sudden stiffness in their legs is a major warning sign. That single sharp flick of their tail is not enjoyment. It is pure tolerance and nothing more. Scientific research shows that cats subjected to constant unsolicited handling suffer greatly. They have significantly higher baseline stress markers in their bodies. Stop making them airborne immediately and start crouching down to their level instead. The second mistake is forcing the connection when you call them. You call them and they choose to look away or ignore you. When your cat does not move, your instinct is to walk over. You pick them up and force the interaction immediately. Every single time you do this, you teach them a bad lesson. You teach them that approaching you is not a choice. It becomes an inevitability that they cannot avoid. Cats are not aloof animals. They are highly deliberate creatures who build deep bonds slowly. They operate strictly on their own psychological timeline. When you wait patiently, you are not being ignored. You are actively being assessed by a tiny predator. Give them the autonomy to arrive in their own time. When you do, you will finally experience true feline devotion. The third mistake is staring directly into their eyes. You do this when you want to show them your affection. A long, unbroken stare is interpreted poorly in feline communication. It is seen as an alpha challenge for territory or space. Your cat does not see love in a hard stare. They see a demand that forces them to look away in discomfort. Instead, practice the slow blink immediately. The slow blink is the ultimate universal signal of safety. It means peace in the feline vocabulary. Catch their eye across the room and soften your facial expressions completely. Slowly close your eyes for a full beat and open them again very gently. You will see them return the signal almost immediately. This is a quiet moment of mutual understanding that strengthens the bond instantly. The fourth mistake is immediately petting your cat during a greeting. You do this the exact moment they approach your hand to sniff it. That initial sniff is not a formal greeting. It is a highly detailed chemical analysis. They are checking where you have been and noticing whether anything has changed. When you immediately turn your hand to pet them, you interrupt them. You break their sentence right in the middle. You make the moment about your own needs instead of theirs. Keep your hand perfectly still during this process. Let them finish gathering information completely and wait for them to lean in first. The fifth mistake is constantly moving their essential items around the house. You move their food bowl, water dish, or litter box for convenience. To you, it is just a minor rearrangement. To your cat, you have completely rewritten their world. Cats are territorial in a way humans rarely understand. Their sense of safety is built entirely around fixed points. When you move these vital resources suddenly, it is chaotic. You trigger an invisible but measurable wave of chronic stress. Keep their anchors fixed in the exact same spots. If you must move them, do it very gradually by a few inches every single day. The sixth mistake is calling your cat down from high places. You coax them off whenever they climb up high. Height is not a playful quirk for a feline. It is a fundamental biological necessity for survival. From an elevated position, they gain complete visual control. They can see every entrance, exit, and movement in the room. Let them perch on top of the refrigerator or bookshelf safely. Let them enjoy their spot without taking their distance personally. The seventh mistake is interrupting your cat during grooming. They are in the middle of a deep grooming session and you touch them. Grooming is not just about cleanliness. It is a vital mechanism for emotional regulation. It acts as a nervous system cooling process. When you interrupt their sequence because they look cute, it is harmful. It stops a biological process meant to lower their anxiety. Let them finish their self-soothing ritual completely. Wait before you reach out to alter the moment with your touch. The eighth mistake is completely ignoring their body language. You ignore the subtle vocabulary of their tail, ears, and skin. A twitching tail tip is a sentence you must read. Ears rotated slightly backward means something specific. Rippling skin along the spine is an explicit request for space. When you override these sentences, you cause serious damage. You continue petting them and teach them that their gentle communication does not work. A cat whose boundaries are repeatedly ignored will change tactics. They will eventually skip the warnings entirely and go straight to a defensive scratch. The ninth mistake is forcing your cat to interact with guests. You want them to come out to prove how friendly they are. Hiding from strangers is not a social failure at all. It is a healthy nervous system assessing a new variable from safety. When you drag them out from under the bed, you fail them completely. You strip them of their only defense mechanism against an unknown threat. Tell your guests without apology that the cat will appear only if they choose to. This preserves their sense of home security perfectly. The 10th mistake is never giving your cat a sovereign sanctuary. They need a place where you are legally forbidden to follow them. Every indoor cat needs a specific cardboard box or a closet shelf. They need a corner where they are entirely off duty. When they are in this designated safe zone, leave them alone entirely. Do not call them, do not stare at them, and never reach inside. Paradoxically, the more reliably you give them the option to escape, the better. They will actually choose to be near you more often. The 11th mistake is waking your cat up from a peaceful sleep.